This is A Better Way Financial, the podcast with financial advisors and father-son team Frank and Frankie Guida.
I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie talking about ways to help you prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where you can go to start the conversation about your own retirement savings and investments. You can also find links posted in the show notes. Also, don't forget to plan to attend one of our upcoming workshops, our Tax Smart Retirement Planning Dinner Workshop. We got several of them on the calendar coming up. It is complimentary for you to attend, but you do have to register in order to attend. So to do that, go to our website, ABetterWayFinancial.com. Click on the events tab to sign up for one of our upcoming workshops. Again, it's ABetterWayFinancial.com and click on the events tab. All right, so obviously tax is something we need to get more control of, I should say, for our retirement plan. But another big area where people are losing money hand over fist in some cases, and they don't even know it, are the fees that you are paying, in particular in your 401k. A lot of people have 401ks, so you should know how much it's costing you every year. Financial strategist Tony Robbins told CBS this morning that more than half of Americans don't even think that there are any fees in their plan. Here's what he said.
A 1% in fee, because of the compounding over time, costs you 10 years of retirement income. The average person thinks they're paying less than 1% or nothing, and they're paying 3.1%. That's 30 years of fees. So I'll give you an example. If you have a 35-year-old person, they have $100,000, and they put it in the market, and they let it compound for 30 years till they're going to retire, and they're paying 1% in fees, they have $761,000, which is nice growth from that time. But if you paid 3% in fees for the same stocks, you have $432,000. So in other words, you have 76% more money if you have less fees, or in the other view, you have 19 years less income.
19 years less income. Okay, first of all, he said a lot of numbers there, guys. So let's work to clarify and break that down a little bit and talk about the work that you do as far as detecting fees when you do a portfolio review for somebody in your office.
Let me just start off by saying, Heather, I've been a big fan of Tony's for decades.
Yeah.
Been to many of his courses, seen him speak live. In fact, 3 of my 4 kids have actually seen him speak live and done the firewalk.
Nice.
Are you familiar with the firewalk?
Is that the coals?
That's the hot coals. When you walk across them, and and you think, oh my God, my feet are going to burn off, and I don't know, you get your mindset going, and you walk across, and amazingly, your feet don't burn. I don't know how it works, but it definitely
just go really fast.
That's it. Hot.
And what was it you
start
say?
Running. You say kumas.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, my feet.
All right.
Hey, try to go as fast as you can.
That's it.
But he's just a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
He really is, and a wonderful life coach, and very astute when it comes to finances as well. And he's right. Most people have no idea what they're paying with their 401k fees and that type of thing, because they're internally hidden, so people don't even realize it. They used to actually have a web page where you can actually put in your 401k plan, and it would come back and tell you what you're paying in fees, and that mysteriously went away. I don't know why, but that website is no longer there. But we were able to figure it out, and we sit there and we show people what they're paying in fees, and people are astounded. If you're paying 3.1% in fees on your 401k, and you have $1 million in your 401k, that's $31,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money. If you had $500,000, well, it's half of that. It's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you have twice that, it's twice that. So it's all relative, but it's still a lot of money. Well, if you're going to spend that kind of money on something, doesn't it make sense to check out if there are alternatives?
Yep.
If you can do something better, something that maybe doesn't cost as much, more options, that type of thing. And that's the wonderful thing. When people come in here, they have no idea usually that they're paying that kind of money, and we're able to show them. We show them black and white exactly what they're paying, and it's important for them to know that. And when we do that and we show them the alternatives, it's great because we can show them how to save money on their fees and get the type of returns that they're looking for, and in most cases reduce their risk, because most folks don't want to have as much risk as they're usually taking. In fact, we had a woman come in from Bethlehem, she was paying a ton in fees.
Yeah, and this woman in particular, she was in her early 70s. She retired from Crayola after working there for many, many years, and she had one child. She was doing a great job. She saved a ton of money for her retirement. She saved about $1.5 million, about $1.5 million, and only lived on about $45,000 of income per year. So she didn't really have a lot that she was living on. Leaving a legacy was important to her as well. So she wanted to pay less money in taxes, being able to transfer that estate tax efficiently as well to her child. So one of the biggest problems in her portfolio was the fees that she had to pay. And she was currently paying about $8,000 more in fees every single year in her portfolio. So we looked at how much in fees is she paying, and then how much would she be paying with our recommendations, and it's $8,000 more in fees that she would be paying just leaving it the way that it was. So this is huge. That's a huge amount of money. That's like $150 every week.
Yeah.
Every week that you wait, it's at $150 that you're paying in extra fees that you don't need to be.
Every year, that's a vacation you are not taking in fees that you were paying.
Yeah. So this is so important. You want to be able to know, what are you paying in fees?
Yeah.
If your advisor's not telling you something, a lot of advisors, for some reason, they don't like to disclose their fees. They think it's a harmful thing to tell someone what they're paying you. It's not. People want to know how much they're paying in fees. It's important to know.
And that's not the way you do it at A Better Way Financial. You make it clear. You're transparent.
Absolutely. We're full disclosure. We talk to you in our meeting. We say, this is exactly the percentage that you're going to be paying in fees with us.
It's funny. Like, just give an example. If you're sitting there and you tell them, you're going to pay about $2,000 in fees with us, or whatever the number is.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, I'm going to pay you that much? Yeah, you're currently paying $12,000 or $10,000.
Right. Also, if you run a business, nobody is looking for a free lunch. We just want a fair, reasonable circumstance.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you want to get what you're paying for. You want to get the value from those extra fees. So they're paying this other advisor an extra $8,000. But that advisor is just looking at their investments. They're not looking at how can they save them money in taxes? How can they help you with your estate planning? How can they look into your insurance planning to make sure that you have the coverages that they need? They just focus on investments. So with us, she's spending $8,000 less, and she's getting the help with the taxes. She's getting the help with the income planning. She's getting the help with the estate planning. And that makes a huge difference over her lifetime. In fact, we're able to show her how she can save approximately $365,000 in taxes over her lifetime.
Wow.
So not only showing her how to save about $8,000 a year, but $365,000 over her lifetime in taxes. So now she's able to transfer that estate more efficiently and be able to live on more income during her lifetime.
Wow.
And what's more is, by doing this tax planning that we're able to do, we're saving her child about $210,000 in taxes as well. So we're transferring that estate more efficiently. We're able to make it better while she's here, able to give her the income she needs while also minimizing her tax burden and then passing it on more efficiently as well. So this is what we were able to do. We were able to cut the portfolio risk in half as well. So cutting that portfolio risk down. She was a 70-plus-year-old woman, but had the portfolio of a 35-year-old. So we wanted to lower some of the risk in the portfolio, put in a position that she's not worried about what's going to happen with the market today, what's going to happen with my money today, because a lot of it, we put half of it in a position where there was no market risk, nothing that she has to worry about going down with respect to the market.
Okay.
And then we said, look, you're currently living on $45,000 of income per year. You've done a wonderful job saving. If you wanted to live on more income, you're able to do that. By doing all the planning we were able to do, the income planning, the tax planning, lowering the fee in your portfolio, we're actually able to show you that you can live on $49,000 more income per year.
More than double.
Wow.
More than doubling the amount of income that she's currently living on, and leaving a legacy was important to her. So if she wanted to be able to leave that legacy while she's living, she can give some of that money to her child. She can share some of the expenses, buy the beach house this year, do the traveling, choose a vacation spot. In their situation, she likes to travel. She likes to spend time with her family. It was important to her, and also paying less in taxes was important to her. She's felt like she paid enough money in taxes. You know, and she's like, well, I'm trying to think, what can I do with this extra $49,000? And she's like, well, I can get a new car. I think I've been driving this car for like 10, 15 years. I'm ready for a new one. So.
She was living so frugally.
We're like, yes, enjoy it. Enjoy the money that you've been able to save. You've been able to have that growth over these years. Let's put it to work so that you're able to get the income that you need over your retirement. Yeah. How much more income could you be living on in your retirement? How much are you paying in fees every year that you don't even realize you're paying? Let's find out by going to abetterwayfinancial.com and clicking on the Sign Up Now button, and we can begin to show you these strategies in your circumstances.
Thanks for listening to A Better Way Financial, the podcast with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com and join the Guidas for the radio show, A Better Way Financial, Saturdays at noon and Sundays at 12:30 on News Radio 790 WAEB. By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.